Do what I want.
No, you don't do what you want.
All right,
You're
we're
married. You can't do what you want anymore.
Said I'm making y'all wait.
Yeah, you
'Cause
were.
we have children that don't like to listen.
No, they don't. They don't at all. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, I was gonna do this too. I was trying to get this one going.
Yeah. See,
Yeah. It's
see,
like never
what
ending.
happened was.
Yeah.
I see here. Who we got? Anybody? I see
Bueller.
green lights.
Bueller.
Can y'all hear us? Because I did leave my. I left my earbuds in. But,
You did, didn't you?
Yeah, but it does have a built-in microphone on the earbuds.
Did
so
you let them know that? We
let me know
didn't skip today.
if you can hear. No, I put it out. Actually, I had scheduled last night and even shared it.
Okay, you shared it.
So Heather Hopper's in the house.
Hi,
Can you hear us,
Heather.
Heather? Testing 1 2 1 2. You think that we'd know how to do this by now?
I know, like you say, we're getting old.
Things do happen.
Okay,
Max. I can't see the. Yeah, it sounds good. Cool.
Sounds good. Awesome.
So yeah, I think that's one of the things that if I schedule, because my earbuds are always plugged in to my laptop, so I always forget to unplug them whenever I schedule, and whenever I schedule the live.
Yeah.
If they're plugged in, it uses that setting of earbuds being plugged as the microphone, as the speaker. And I have not figured out how to go in and change that after, because normally I don't catch it until after the fact of going live. And if I pull it out, it won't change. And whenever you try to go back into the little icon of where it says you can change stuff, it doesn't allow that access into there after you've went live. So
yeah,
it is what it is. But so tad fuzzy, but yeah, that's just because we got horrible internet.
Yeah, she got her solar lights. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh,
Sharon. And you're very welcome.
Yep,
yeah, it took them long enough to get them over to you. Well, they had emailed us twice saying that they were shipped, but then they couldn't give us the tracking info.
Yeah.
And then the second time that I reached out, they're like, "Oh yeah, well it wasn't shipped, and it was still here. I guess they're backdated, something." So whenever I finally reached out again, I said, "Can I get some tracking information on this?"
Yeah.
And then it ended up. I think you ended up texting us like the very next day saying that they came in. So.
Yeah.
Yay!
Hooray!
Which ours, the ones that we got, or one of them, because it's 2 lights. I actually just moved that today. Mm-hmm. That way we can try to light up the area back here where the chicken coop is.
Yes, because it gets very dark over there. And I put the chickens away.
Always forgets to put the chickens away.
It's not that I don't forget. It's that time flies by so fast. And I look outside and it's like, oh, it's dark.
It'll be like 9, 10 o'clock. And they go back into the coop before, like, well before it's dark.
Yeah, they do.
But then this one always forgets. And then she's like, dang it. She's like, I need a light over here. I was like, all right, well, I'll just switch this solar light around.
I'm like, my bad.
Because it was the one I put on the front of the playhouse. So instead of it being on the right side, I just moved it to the left side and then turned one of the lights.
Yeah.
So we'll see how it looks tonight.
And I try separating Max from the other chickens when they're going in there. But most of the times it's like one chicken's with him on one side and all the other ones on the other side. Yesterday it was like 2 in one and 3 in the other. So it's like, as long as they're not fighting, nothing's happening, they're all sleeping.
Yeah.
Every time I go in there to make sure that they're all in there, I'll shine the light at Max, and he's just like all grumpy and everything. So yeah.
Just hi, everybody. It says 10 o'clock at night here in Sweden.
Yeah. Oh yeah. She has a beautiful creek. Oh my God, I'm so jealous. I love her creek.
Yeah, I have not recorded another scuttlebutt yet, but just for the folks that are here and know, Miss Eva had sent us an email with pictures. She was inspired to build a bridge based off of our bridge, and it's beautiful. Come our our next scuttlebutt. So it's the scuttlebutt with IFF side channel. In case you guys did not know, or you're new here and didn't know. The next one that I record, I'm actually going to be showing off some of those pictures because yes, we did get permission from her to do said.
Yep.
And we thought it was very nice, and we would like to share that out with everybody.
Definitely.
So we'll let some more folks come in, and so we'll give you some updates if you have not been able to follow along with some of our videos that just came out.
Yep, we kept busy even last weekend when we didn't make it. Yeah. We had a birthday. One of our kiddos out there, shout out to Omi. It was his birthday party last weekend with the Black Sheep Project. It's their kid.
Yep, it's actually our first time over to the O'Rourke Littlefields Homestead.
Beautiful place
area. Yeah. So they're. I mean, obviously we've caught up with some of their videos and stuff like that before going out there. It doesn't
make it justice when it's you're right there.
Yeah, seeing it in video and seeing it in person is like, oh my goodness.
Yep, we were able to get some persimmons from them, the tree. Some were ready, and I think the one that I had was not. I bit it and it was so dry. I was like, not ready yet, not ready. Yeah. So, but
I was actually really surprised because persimmons is very, it's all over the place here in this area of Arkansas.
We haven't seen it though.
We've probably walked a good 80, I would say 80% of this property, or at least I have, because I've walked up and down the ridge, here, even in the middle. She hasn't. But
I've done a little bit in the middle, but not a lot. No.
She's mostly only been on the sides.
On the side.
And I've walked up and down in the middle a few times. I've yet to see a persimmons tree. So that's one that we will definitely be planting.
Yeah.
And hopefully, because we would like to have a smaller orchard of certain trees, but we would like to keep them more of like a dwarf size.
Yes.
If at all possible.
And have them on the entrance.
Yeah. Because there's an area that we're going to set up for a little orchard, but we don't want them to be like ginormous 30, 40-foot trees because it's kind of hard to go in there and pick stuff from those, right? We don't have the equipment because obviously, the big industrial people that have those types of trees for production, they have the equipment to be able to go up a 30, 40-foot tree.
No, well, now they have that equipment
where
they
just like
turn.
Yeah, shakes it.
That's awesome, though.
But we're not going to have that, so I would like to be able to reach the top of the tree, even if you need to use like a step stool or a ladder. Keep it at 10 foot or less, and it's obviously going and making sure that you're trimming the tree when you're supposed to trim it, and just keeping it short.
Yeah.
I think we'll do okay with that.
Dad's been cutting around the pond. Accidentally, they chopped down one of the.
Is the biggest bushel that we had, or that's up here, the biggest bushel of muscadine.
Muscadine, yeah. So that we're like,
and I knew it was there, and I've been waiting. It was because it's still growing, right? And they obviously were nowhere near ready. And he didn't. This thing to him it's just vines.
Yeah, he didn't see it. He just saw the vines, and vines equals spiky vines, and so he just
follow. Be nice. Jesus, cats.
They're fighting with each other. But yeah, so that got chopped down. We have other muscadine around, anyways. So we'll just let those grow, and then when they're ready, try to yank them down.
Deer love them persimmons.
Yes, they do.
Well, they like the muscadine too, and all the other berries and stuff. So we already know whenever it comes time to do the garden, because we have deer coming on our property every single day. Yeah, like I catch them on the video often, and obviously I do have feeders out that I've put out, just to try to get the deer coming here and stuff. Obviously, we are in season. Right now, I want to say that it's youth archery. Yeah, is what's open right now. and then, or it might be youth. 'Cause
What?
I want to say it's archery because I know early season has started. It's only like 4 days.
Oh, we have archery season right now.
We should be in archery, but it should be youth.
We have
youth rifle.
archery
I
season.
might not have put it in the calendar.
You did. You did not. All you did was put archery all the way for a long time.
Yeah.
Yes. So you wanted to tell them what else we've got going on?
Just make a tool that goes into a sawzall that will shake that tree. I mean, if you're talking about a 12-inch round or 10-inch round tree, I mean, once it's been around for a while,
yeah,
sawzall's now shaking it enough to drop fruit out of it.
Oh yeah, last week also.
But yeah, for a smaller tree, most definitely.
Was it last week or the week before? Because we haven't been in for like 2 weeks, I think.
Yeah, we haven't done a live for quite some time now.
Yeah.
This is, we had missed the last two, I believe.
So Anson did get a chance to finish the chicken house. At least the chicken
interior
coop.
of the chicken coop.
The chicken coop, yes. That was finally finished, at least closed in somewhat. Except for the door. He hasn't finished that. He did finish just the little fencing area for them to be in.
The main door.
The main little.
Because, I mean, we do want to put a concrete floor. I haven't done that either.
Yeah.
But the actual coop of where the chickens stay.
At least the coop is done right now. Yeah, so we have done the coop. We're happy. Well, I'm happy about it because now they get to go in there and do their thing. Our chicken, the chicken that was laying eggs, is not laying eggs anymore. Ever since I moved her out.
Yeah, because we ended up putting her with the little rooster, which is technically her son. And so I know that we had talked about that previously before. That is like industry standard that you can do that.
But she wasn't laying on her eggs.
But she was not going broody, so she had already had up to, I think there were 6 eggs.
5, I
think. 5 or 6 eggs that she had already accumulated. But they weren't laying on them, so either her or him.
So we were just picking up the eggs from there and not laying. So instead, we just let her go wild.
Yeah, so she's now back with all the other hens, and so I mean, at some point.
But the thing is that we didn't know, because I was reading up on chickens. I'm sure a lot of y'all that do have chickens know, but the chicken is actually the one that decides whether to be broody or not the male. So even if it gets with a male,
well, the chicken can decide if it wants to
ovulate it or what,
to collect. So obviously, if the rooster's going to force their way on, right, and do their business and all that stuff, well, that hen can actually push that back out.
Yeah, and I was like, what?
Yeah. So if they decide they don't want to, fertilize an egg, they'll just push those fluids back out.
That was news to me.
I never knew that either.
So when I was reading that and I looked at him, I was like, this is probably what's happening. Like, she knows, hey, this is my son. I'm not doing that.
Yeah, even if you have
I did
roosters with your hens and they're doing the dirty, right? It does. Those eggs might not even be fertilized.
Yeah.
But you won't know that unless obviously a chicken, once she goes broody and is laying on eggs, then you already know that those eggs should be fertilized.
Yeah.
For the most part. Probably not all of them.
Yeah.
And then the only other way too is putting those eggs into an incubator and then waiting the amount of time and then start candling to see if
it also says that when they go broody, when the male gets the female, you normally wait, I guess, a couple of weeks, because the first week or 2 or so, those eggs are really not fertilized. So it's more so the next couple of weeks eggs that are.
Really?
But yeah.
Smoking some chicken legs.
Oh, that's awesome. I need a smoker.
Well, I got one. I need to upgrade it. So I do have the stuff needed. So if y'all haven't checked out the video that Wiley did over on his channel working with Wiley, that obviously most of that equipment he had gotten from us, and how he had built that I was already planning on doing the same thing because I already have the propane grill portion done. We've already used it. I've already used it as a smoker.
Yes.
Just building the fire on the inside of that same thing. But I actually want to build a separate little firebox that's attached to it. I already have the tanks for that. I already have the things that I need. But for my lid, how he did his lid that has like a little overhang where it kind of covers up the gap. I still need to do that. I already knew I needed to do something like that because last time I've used it a few times, like the smoke just goes everywhere, right?
It's nice because you're bouncing ideas off each other.
But I also want to redo the exhaust pipe, like how the exhaust pipe's coming out. I want it to be a little more towards the top of the tank, not out directly out the side, because now the smoke, as it's coming up, is having to go back down to go out, right? So we're not getting the draw on it. But eventually, we are going to be building like an actual smoke house, like something smaller, because I want it to be more of a hot smoke box and a cold smoke box for cheeses and stuff like that.
Yeah.
All in due time. I think as of right now, the most important thing is getting the house here.
Yep, getting the
that
house
way
here.
My mom and grandma can get doing the things that they want to do, even though all of her brothers are still butthurt.
But we did receive a call from the company about the house. They said that they will probably be able to bring it in by November.
Yeah.
By the first week of November. And we're like, oh no, we're not ready for that. We did our bills and everything, and we're like, okay, you know what? For our finances, we're able to pay off that down payment by December. So they said it's okay.
Leave her alone.
They'll keep. They'll go ahead and keep the house there. They'll be able to keep it there in their property. And once we put the whole down payment down, they'll be able to send it to us. Do you need a non-motorized log split? Oh gosh, that'd be great. Anything that helps with the logs. Yeah.
Right now, my non-motorized log splitter is an axe.
Yeah, it is. Yesterday, because of that, one of the guys from that company did come to the property to see if the property was open enough to deliver the home.
Well, it'll be the actual delivery, the truck driver.
The truck driver, yes.
He goes around, so any orders that's coming from that business, from that Clayton, he goes around and looks to see where the house is actually going. That way he can devise a plan and timeline and just all that stuff of where he's going. And that was one of the biggest things was we already knew what house we wanted to get.
Yes.
But he needed to make sure that he can get in here. And that video actually will be coming out Monday.
Yeah.
But we can talk about some pre-snippets, I guess, just for the folks that are here with us live.
Yeah.
So he was actually really impressed with what we've done thus far. One thing, and I've already talked to Wiley, because as everyone knows, Wiley's the guy that's been helping us out with tractor work and stuff. And
our lifesaver.
And if you guys have been following their journey over there, you also know that the red tractor they're borrowing had broke down. At least it broke down on the person that they're borrowing the tractor from. They're using his tractor on his property, because they're doing work and stuff over there, and I believe that's where it broke down at. So it's, I guess, better. I guess if it is going to break down, that is breaking down doing the work on his own property with his own equipment.
Yeah, at least you don't have to haul it.
But anyway, that was the red tractor with the backhoe, and we were talking about digging up a few stumps.
A few, yes.
I think we were looking at 3 or 4 stumps, and the truck driver that came in, he's like, you don't got to do that. Just cut them flush to the ground. He's like, then I'll just be able to roll right over it. I'm like,
okay.
All right.
That makes our life easier.
Yeah, that makes it a whole lot. I mean, obviously we can get the equipment later so we don't have to be in a big of a rush to be
Yes.
able to dig out logs and then refill the holes and stuff back in.
Mm-hmm.
So right now it's just to move dirt and get the house pad in. He's not even too worried about even between the driveway and where the house pad is, of having to bring in a whole lot of material to connect those two. Because just walking over right here in front of the RV, he said that it's not going to be an issue driving over that.
Okay. Yeah.
So that's stuff that we never talked about. We do have a little bit more work that we need to do up, at the very beginning of the driveway.
Yep. Yeah.
Where it curves in, right there at the culvert.
Just to be able to get it in, because they did say anywhere between 16 to 18 feet wide.
Yeah.
And I told Anson it's good to just go 18 feet.
Yeah, because the biggest thing with that is because the house length that it is, whenever he starts making that curve, even though the tires are kind of up, towards the middle of the house, the back end of the house will start to swing out like this as you're coming around the curve. So he has to be able to stay as far to the right as he can. That way the back of the house doesn't hit our neighbor's fence. Because we can't take down that barbed wire fence.
No.
Because for one, it's not ours. Two, he has cattle that stays in that field. Mm-hmm. So if we're to take down the fence, that's a pretty hefty expense.
And we just got to
watch out. We have to fix it and possibly let his cows out.
They have to watch out for the coverts there too. That's the two coverts. The first one seems okay, but the one that's in our property, well, I would say even the side road is our property too, but
that side road is our property.
But yes,
and it's an easement going to National Forest, but we have to leave it open.
Until we figure out if we need to close it in or not.
You're talking about something completely different.
Oh yeah, I'm talking about something.
She's just like half the time she's in here watching TV while I'm out doing all the work. BS. And then she's clueless. She doesn't even know what's going on.
I was talking about this drive, not this one. So I'm not clueless.
I was talking about the culvert that
I was not talking about
the
culvert. I was not talking about that culvert. Thank you.
I know you weren't, but that's the culvert I was talking about.
See, we're on both different pages. You need to come over to my page.
So we're talking about the truck of where they have to come in, talking about the location of where it was at. There's culvert we installed. That was the whole story we're talking about. And then you talk about the other culverts that has nothing to do with what I was talking about.
It was a side note. God, now you're following. Jeez. So Dad's been burning some brush. I see he finished. I didn't get to go outside to burn anything because I was busy doing YouTube finances and all of that paperwork stuff because I wasn't there. Well, I wasn't doing it for a couple of months. I had to do that. But let's see. Do you want to tell them about your tree?
So I know everyone's been waiting because I did a little ruse right on the first one that we're going to be cutting down that big old pine tree, and then I said, well, it'll come out on the second video, and then we did the second video, and I still didn't cut down the tree because it was a little too wet. We did have some weather come through, so with the ground being wet, we went ahead and finished out our trenching, which when you're digging a trench 12 to 14 inches deep and the rain only softened 3 inches of that, the rest of that is all like super hard packed clay, the red clay, and obviously the rocks too. So yeah, it took us a little bit, but yes, I finally did get the tree cut down, but y'all are gonna have to wait to see that coming tomorrow. It should be out tomorrow.
Yep. So, he did that yesterday.
Tree is down. Nobody got hurt. It went the direction I wanted it to go.
Yeah, he did not want to do it yesterday. Well, he did and didn't because the guy was going to come. But I told him, I got to go do groceries. Someone robbed our refrigerator. We ain't got nothing in there. And I totally forgot about the deep freezer. I forgot that I had chicken in there and everything because the deep freezer is out of sight. So out of sight, out of mind.
Hello, Peter.
And so he said,
Kim said, great news. Yes, it is great news.
Yep, we did.
Everything. So it's very minimal stuff that we have to do to get things ready. Obviously, once Wiley can get back over here with his tractor, hopefully this week, possibly next week,
Yeah.
Obviously, anyone that's following their stuff already knows they have a lot of things going on as well. Obviously, even other folks within the community have already snagged him up for other stuff as well, because he's also has a truck for hauling things, right?
Yeah.
So things like that. Not a big rush, but we have gotten news. Do we want to tell them the other big news of what Anthony from Clayton had told us?
So yes.
Originally, when we ordered the house and everything was put in, we had a delivery date, or basically coming from the factory done date. So that's delivered from the factory to Clayton and Fort Smith.
I just told him that.
That would be December.
I just told him that. I told him it's going to get delivered November.
But now it's November 6th is what they're saying. Yes. But we are probably not going to be able to do anything until December.
No, we're not. I told him that.
I don't listen to you.
You see what I mean? But if I say, food's ready, you're right there.
Yeah, depends. Depends on what you made.
Well, either way, the other news was you getting poop splashed on yourself. They didn't know about that either.
Man, you're talking about videos that's like a month old.
No, it's not. It was 2. We were here for two Sundays. And that's the Sunday you got splashed with poop.
That's like 4 videos ago.
No, it was not. Exactly.
Go back.
Exactly. You got poop down there. And they didn't see that unless they saw the video.
I bet you everybody here has already watched that video.
Magic words can help bad hearing. He's got real bad hearing. So what it means by preparing the house pad is first we have to shave down, or level out all the trees, shave them all the way down to the ground, and then we have to bring in some shell to make the pad. The shell's got to be padded in there on the place where the house is going to be laying on.
Where the house sits, it does need to be fairly level. It doesn't have to be perfectly level, but it does have to be close to level. And right now, the slope of that land of where that is about a 2-foot difference. So from where the left side of the house is, or house pad is, to the right side of the house pad, it's roughly a 2-foot drop in grade.
Yeah,
so
it is.
We need to be able to scrape some of the dirt just to make it a little flatter, and also help with minimizing. So with the amount of dirt that we need to move, it'll probably only change maybe 6 to 8 inches worth of drop, right? So we're still going to have to bring it up on the right side of 1.5 feet.
Yep, just to pack it in, level
and that's
it
where
out.
Bringing in the shell and stuff will help. And all that is, just if you don't know what shell is, it's like a real flaky rock type material.
It's a good material to compact.
Yeah, it does compact very, very well. It can be eroded and washed out fairly easily, but as a home foundation, it actually works really, really good. Because for one, it doesn't settle. It does compact very nicely, and we really don't have a lot of water coming down that way. Yeah, on the backside, I mean, there would be water coming kind of off the ridge on the backside of the house, but I had already planned on putting in a little ditch back there,
like a French drain,
and
kind of thing.
Then putting in drainage tile.
Yeah.
So we'll end up putting in a drainage tile and the rocks and all that stuff like that to help with moving water on the backside. But there's other projects that we are going to do on the backside of the house. We have not talked about that yet.
Yeah.
I don't even tell her sometimes, that way she doesn't spill beans whenever we do this.
He wants to put a pad back there. A driving pad. Haha.
No, that's not it. So.
I like to spill the beans. It's okay. They want to know.
Well, yeah, we've already said that we're going to drive back there, because that's going to be the road eventually that goes up the ridge.
Yeah, definitely. The house pad,
Yeah.
yeah. Mm-hmm. It's going to be an extension to go all the way up
Yeah.
there. Yeah.
And we're going to be utilizing some of the big rocks that we got. Just as like a very base layer type thing. I've already been filling in all the holes that I spent hours and hours and days digging.
Yeah.
The square foot, the footer holes that I was originally digging. Those are all been filled back. Well, I think I got one left. I got to refill, but those have been getting filled back in. Putting some of that the big old boulders in there, and then kind of covering it in with dirt.
Yep. We had to dig trenches all week last week. They dug trenches for the water and for the power, because you want to bring down the power from the playroom down.
Yep.
So we got some donation for that. We also
and I was actually able to utilize some of the wire for. Right now, I have one plug that went into Dad's little shed or shop thing, the little tent. That way he can have power inside of his shop. He has a light now if he wants to be out there. And then I also did the same thing over to the blacksmith shop. It just one little plug. Both of them are on separate 20 amp circuits.
Mm-hmm.
So it's pretty nice that if we need to go in there during evening time, to go grab something or whatnot, now we'll be able to see without flashlights and all that stuff.
Yeah, it's better than having to run all the cords all the time everywhere. Yeah.
Because normally because I have plugs that is on the service pole, so we'd always have to run extension cords across where people want to drive and things like that. And this one always likes running over my stuff.
No. Your father-in-law said, back up, back up. So I was backing up, and you were sitting down on the table nicely, enjoying your sweet tea instead of getting up.
Because I just got done finished digging a trench.
Sorry.
Throwing out my back.
I'm sorry then. You see?
And she's trying to destroy the brand new RV extension cord that we got.
Yeah, we got it just in time, though, when we moved the RV. They were like, hey, would you like one of these? And we're like, oh, hell yeah. And we also, got a product sent to us, so we're excited about this one. Hopefully y'all see it in the next video. It's a much needed product that will probably hopefully cut off all. Well,
we can't talk about that. Don't even
alleviate some extent.
Do not. That is the beans you cannot spill. Otherwise, I'll end up sending it right back.
No, I did not.
Because you're going to get us in trouble.
No, I have not. I did not spill any beans. But yeah, it's going to take a while. That project is going to take a while.
I'm about to smack you, child.
Be nice.
We're under contract, so you can't.
I did not say anything. See, I just said it was a much needed product. That's all I did.
Gosh. Can't take you nowhere.
Can't take me to rob a bank.
Can't take you nowhere.
But no, I just said that. It was a much needed product.
We can't talk about it.
You don't even know what it is. You don't even know what it is. I wasn't talking about that one. Anyways, Mom's going to like it.
That's BS.
Mom's going to like the product.
Horrible. Horrible.
Yeah, and I think you're going to have to squeeze back around the building to change some stuff. After watching the video.
Man, that is a very, it's
yeah.
I want to say that opening is only maybe 11 inches that I'm squeezing through. I mean, I got a big chest. I'm a big boy.
Yeah, you are.
I have to suck it in and then let my bones like compress.
Whatever.
To be able to go through there.
Shingles to let it all wash away. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Can't truck in beans. Yeah. Most definitely.
No.
Yeah, it would be nice though, because budgeting wise, we've talked about this, that there's no way that we're going to be able to get the house by November.
No.
Just because
Mm-mm.
right now
It's
too,
not.
it's us and my mom that is funding this whole thing, right?
Yeah.
And they actually had to take a kind of an unwanted trip,
Yes.
but as of right now, because I mean, I will say there was a death in the family,
Yeah.
so it's something that was known that was coming
Yes.
for some time, but it's still whenever it happens, dang cats are gonna drive me crazy. But
Yes.
whenever stuff like that happens, it's still kind of you're expecting it, but it wasn't supposed to happen then,
Yeah.
type thing.
Mhm.
So with that, they had to take a trip. So that definitely took some of the funding that was supposed to be going for this
Yep.
for them to do that, and that's fine. That's perfectly fine. There's nothing wrong with that because
Yeah.
we have still sat down, worked out all the
all
numbers
of it.
needed,
All the numbers
and know
needed.
that
Yes.
the original day that they gave us
Mhm.
that we're able to work that out.
Work that in. Yeah.
And then he called up and he's like, "Oh, we're probably going to have it a month early."
I
Well,
was like, nope.
sorry, we can't do that.
So he's gonna keep it there. He's gonna
But-
keep it in the He's gonna keep it over there, and he told us that we're more than welcome to
Yeah, that we
go
can come
over
look at it
and look at it
and do all those things, which we probably will whenever it gets there. Oh, well, I mean, for one, it's going to have to go to the lot regardless, and until ready for delivery. So at that point, we probably will go up there and look at it anyway.
Yeah.
And then we got some power type stuff that we need to do.
Yes.
I've already pulled out the power pole that was up in the front of the property.
Mhm.
That was interesting. I did not catch that on film because I didn't know how well it was going to go.
Yeah.
But I ended up using it was the farm jack to jack that back out of the ground.
Yeah.
I kind of tried doing the same thing with the grounding rod because the 8-foot grounding rod copper. No. Farm jack's not strong enough to pull that back out of the ground, so that one's staying there, and I'm just gonna have to buy another one. But the pole came out okay. It did good. I'm gonna wait for that house to actually be installed.
That way we know where to put it at. Yeah.
That way it's not gonna be in the way. Well, I know that it's gonna be in the back. It's going to the back of the house, but I'm also trying to put it close enough because obviously I still have wire that I can utilize for that to go from that panel to the panel inside the house. I already know roughly of where the power is located inside the house, and it's on the back side, roughly right towards the middle. And then, with that being said, electricity going from this power pole here, so that like the main lines that come in, they're going to have to bring us another pole, and then they're going to have to run lines either from this transformer over and connect to our service pole, or they're going to have to put in another transformer.
Yeah.
But that is free. We don't have to pay for that. So, because for new construction type stuff, every property here locally or I don't know if it's Arkansas or just like our county, but you get it's what is a $5,000 grant or something like that.
Budget or something.
Yeah. So the very first $5,000 that goes through, so that includes having to bring in more poles, more wire, anything like that. The power company covers that. Now, if you have an additional stuff that has to be installed past that $5,000, that comes out of your pocket. But they'd be able to do one pole and the wire for less than $5,000, so that's all going to be covered, and we don't have to worry about it.
Yep, and we told them we're going to need a couple more in the future.
Yeah.
So they're like, okay, for everyone else's home.
And we should also have just about all the PEX that we need. I might have to go get like maybe another 50 foot, maybe. I do know because a lot of that I just ran over here for the RV used up a good chunk. So, but that is the same PEX that we're going to be utilizing for the house, and then more trench digging. I think whenever it comes time for that, hopefully we can go go rent a trencher
A trencher?
because trying to trench a fort, because we need to do at least 12 inches down here because our frost line is like 10 inches is what they say. I'm trying to set everything around 14. So
Yeah.
to do a 14-inch trench from the well house that's staying, it's not getting moved, all the way to where the house is.
Yeah.
That's over 100 feet. And doing that by hand in rocky soil. I'm not saying like rocks. I'm saying
they're big
rocks.
Yeah. Every time you go in there and
very
dig,
hard clay.
You're hitting the rock. You're hitting the rock
everywhere.
Every time.
And that clay does not want, because if it's wet, because the trenching shovel actually works really well whenever the dirt wants to move, and you can dig a trench pretty quick using a trenching shovel. But whenever everything is super dry, it's just the clay is almost like a rock, and it just does not.
Well, it did almost make it
do nothing.
The day that it rained, we did it. I think the day after or something, and the dirt was sort of soft a bit up here in front of the RV, so that was good.
Yeah. Checking the chicken legs again.
Yep, right. He is. Yeah.
Mobile homes, manufactured homes are close to the same thing. Yeah. Pretty much.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Most definitely. Well, I mean, they do consider a lot. I mean, mobile home is kind of an older term, I guess. But in any homes with the wheels on them, it's considered a mobile home because it's mobile. It can be moved around. But then you have manufactured homes, even though this is manufactured in a warehouse, and that's basically what it means. But there's other types of homes that can be manufactured that they do not put onto a frame with wheels. And it's more of, everything's built in like sections, and then they ship it all in different sections and then put it together like a big puzzle. So
yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, this is it is considered a mobile home, double wide. Got me a double wide.
Well, yeah. Maybe you can refinance it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because if we refinance it through the VA, they only accept double homes, not single homes.
I don't think we're going to be able to do the VA thing. The only reason why I say that is because
yeah.
Because we did look at doing the VA type stuff, but to do the VA,
you need a concrete pad.
We can't work on anything, and well, not concrete, but the pad has to be built a certain way, not necessarily with concrete. It can still be with a shell and stuff.
A certain way. Yes, they have to do everything.
Has to have the skirting. It has to be secured to the earth a certain way, and normally what that means is that whenever you do your pad, whether it be shell or dirt or whatever, you have to put, it's like concrete runners. So concrete, basically you're digging a deep trench, and then you're filling that in with concrete the length of the house. And then that's kind of used as an anchor point for the home. And then any of the electricity, water,
everything has to be run.
Plumbing, all that has to be done by a professional. It cannot be done by the homeowner. And that's the only way that you can do the VA.
Yeah,
well,
right. I forgot about
that would have like quadrupled the cost of what we were trying to do. Even though, yes, we could get approved through the VA.
It would be a lot more, yes.
But we're also looking at, a lot more money. And they're like, no, I'm good.
I did forget about that part. Yeah.
I will do the work myself and a little bit help with others. And to get this done and not have to fork out all that money. And, because I like being able to do the work. I mean, some of the plumbing stuff, I don't care for that, but
you just don't want to be poopy splash.
Well, it's a little different coming, doing the stuff here on the RV and then doing stuff in the home, because that's going to be new. There won't be stuff sitting in a tank waiting to attack me. But yes, I do want to, obviously get a trencher if at all possible. I mean, at some point, I just need to buy a backhoe. At some point. probably gonna be like 5 years.
Yeah.
But
Probably.
I keep looking. It's one of those. Eventually, you're gonna find something and be like, hey, I might be able to do that. But
Gotta be in the budget.
yeah, well, I mean, this house is a very big budget type thing. It's a lot of money all at once.
Yeah.
And that's the biggest thing. So whenever it comes down to where can I go get a tractor, obviously I'd be able to go to, I'll just throw out a company, not saying I'm going to go get it, but let's say I want to do John Deere, right? I can actually go to that company and easily get a loan and then do a monthly payment type thing and be perfectly fine paying for that and all of our bills and all the other stuff like that.
Yeah.
But our biggest thing was getting this house, right?
Yeah.
And being able to put as much of our funds into the house, getting for the material, for the plumbing, for the water, for all those things, as much as possible. And then once this is done and everyone's out of the RV, my mom has moved and all those things, then we'll look at possibly getting equipment to be able to help out with other stuff, because we do still have 2 cabins to build. I know, mom and dad, they try to throw in as much as they can. They are on a very limited budget as well. My mom and grandma is on a very limited budget, so they throw in as much money into those projects as they can. But a lot of those builds is coming from us, right?
Get out of the RV.
Yeah, we're the ones funding those projects.
Trying to get out of the RV, for sure.
Because we all need to buy a backhoe or a tractor. Yeah.
That's all I catch you watching.
And I already know as soon as it happens that, just like Drew from Drew's Lens, right? The second that you buy equipment that nobody else has within your community, hey, can I get this? Hey, can I get that? Hey, can I get this?
Yeah, it's very much needed.
It always happens.
It is very much needed.
But that's whenever it comes down, to where, community helping community, using a barter system type things like, hey, I will help you if you can help me. Yeah. And going out and doing stuff, because sometimes not everybody can afford those things, right? I have a lot of hickory to give out. Anybody needs some hickory?
Oh boy, hickory. You have a lot of wood.
It's good for. I got a lot of wood.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, most definitely.
Apollo. Leave them alone. At least Apollo is not Luna.
They're gonna destroy.
Luna already tore up Mom's toilet paper in her room. One of them, I guess.
They're just attacking each other. I wish y'all could see it because they're just flying around.
If I can't borrow it,
you might be able
can
to hear
I get you to use it to do? I wish I had that kind of community here. Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're not gonna find that in California nowhere. I know, I'm from there.
It depends. I don't know. Look, there's Dad. He's walking around. Yeah. I think he's walking around because my kiddos are at their shed right now, and I'm sure that Anaya is driving Mom crazy, and Dad doesn't want any part of it. So he is walking around.
Anytime they go over to the grandma and grandpa's house, the second that they go over there, the kids go over there,
Dad's out fishing.
He comes out.
Or Dad's out walking. So
he comes out. And Mom's in here. She's watching, does. So she'll attest. And so that means that the kids are probably watching too.
Finally, when we get off of this, the kids are back. Yeah.
I just think it's funny.
Yeah, it's a big chatterbox. Yeah. Goodness gracious. Someone says, worse, I'm being evicted and don't know what I'm going to do yet.
Oh, no.
Oh, man.
That is not good.
Get out of California.
Yeah, that's the number one thing.
It's
I know that stuff is tough.
Your house
it is tough.
And set up and do it. By the way, the red tractor is mine. Haven't heard it. They have fixed it. I know, right? I hope it gets fixed soon.
And yes, I did know that the red tractor is yours.
And thank you a bunches.
Yes,
Thank you a bunches.
Most definitely, thank you.
Yes.
For
It
letting
helped
Wiley.
a lot. It helped our chic area, our industrial chic area.
And, yeah, I don't know if he's. I know he's obviously been working.
Yeah.
That's one of those that, and I know Jen's already talked about it and stuff like that, but Wiley kind of put a foot in his mouth because the guy that he normally goes and works for, sometimes like driving truck, dump truck and stuff like that he helped drive another truck and then also helped drive equipment and then also helped fix equipment. And they're like, man, you know how to do all this stuff? And he's like, yeah. Like, all right, well, we needed.
They put him to work.
We needed a new employee. So yeah, now he's got, which is good for them. It's definitely good for them, but
yeah,
it's.
But
going to work for someone else and not being able to do the work on your own property or even
I understand Jen when it comes to that. It's like,
yeah.
I mean, she's used to having her man around. Come on. Yeah. We were the same way. We were like, oh my God, do I need to go back to work?
Yeah. Yeah. For that tractor though, is I've heard so many things about the Mahindras. That I mean, I know it's known for being a very good tractor, but it's also known for just things falling off of it. So whatever it is, I don't know, but it did good work.
Yep, it did. It helped clear all that out.
It just needs, I don't know, it needs different types of like pins or just the different stuff that holds it all together. Needs upgrades.
Oh, just like our tractor.
Oh. Lil Mac is beyond help.
It needs a whole facelift. A whole facelift.
Man, that little tractor, man.
Yeah.
I do stuff with that little tractor.
It's a tractor
it
that
is
could.
Not meant to do.
It is a tractor that could, and it still can.
It has some of the worst engine blow by I've ever seen in a diesel tractor, but it still runs. I mean, it throws oil like crazy. Almost every third or fourth time I go to use it, I got to throw in another quart of oil.
You should have named it Mater.
Man,
just keeps going.
The wheels on it are loose. Sometimes they'll go. Right now my seat's broken. I got to fix the seat. I already had to fix the bucket. It's just man. About half of the electronics on it don't work.
But it still doesn't it still works. It's not letting you down.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, I went out there, used it today.
It's
small and mighty, and that's why it's Little Mac. Lil Lil Mac MAC.
Yeah. That's what the girls named it.
Based off of My Little Pony.
Yeah, because that's Big Mac. He's the horse, working horse. Except for this is a little working horse.
Yeah.
My cat, these cats. Oh my gosh. I have one that likes to pull out the liners from inside the boots.
Yeah. Yeah. More my boots than anybody else's. Because I have special inserts.
And he did that to me once on my boots. And I'm like, what's going on?
Y'all please hit that thumbs up.
Yeah,
definitely think y'all most appreciative if you would do that. It helps algorithm type stuff. And I know we don't always talk about it too, but now that here towards the end, all of our memberships have been revamped. So if you're interested in possibly becoming a member, definitely go check that out. We do have a new introductory level for that.
So
and then everybody that was a part of the Helping Hands is now, that's all been changed over. So now it's the Cluck Cluck Gang.
Oh boy.
The Cluck Cluck Gang.
I forgot about that. He wanted to rename all of them, and I'm like, oh my God, you're so corny.
Yeah.
And no, we still don't have a name to the chicken coop, but he comes up with the corniest names. Oh my goodness. Yeah. What did you want to name it? Gosh.
I don't even remember now.
I don't remember. It was some corny thing he wanted to name it.
Yes.
My thumb up was number 4.
Well, definitely. Thank you, Joe. But yeah, for all of the membership stuff, if you are part of the Cluck Cluck gang or higher, you do have access to early access to all the videos. Whenever they do come out, I do try to get them uploaded at least a day in advance, so you do get early access to all those. Obviously, everybody has access to all the little icons and stuff. It's greatly appreciated.
Yeah, Dad's been Dad went in there. He looked at all of the equipment, the batteries. Some batteries, I guess they don't charge. They don't hold a charge, and some do. But yeah, he's been rotating them, getting them all charged up. Some of them work. I don't know if the chainsaw. Did he try the chainsaw already?
One of the sawzalls that he used like tore itself in half. He came into the RV and it was only holding the handle.
So what you doing?
Like the whole motor and everything, it just like ripped it in half. I'm like, what were you doing? But yeah, we're going through. I'm gonna kind of show him how to try to recondition some of the batteries.
Yeah.
Utilizing this it's a little trick that I kind of learned after I retired from the Navy, where I was working, where you can kind of recondition older batteries type stuff. So we're going to go through and try to do some of that just to get some of those batteries functional again, at least a little better, gooder than what they were. And then with that, I mean, all the other tools are working just fine. We definitely thank you for that.
He was saying that he voted for the butt nugget barn, but there's already a butt nugget.
Yeah, we already have someone here somewhat locally that's already
Homestead.
The Butt Nugget Farms.
Yeah, Butt Nugget Farms. Yeah.
So with that, this one actually loves like H.P. Lovecraft, or
I'm gonna paint it black.
Edgar Allan Poe.
Yes.
Is like her favorite type peoples. So
the coop is gonna be black on the
kind of going with it. That's not what you said.
The coop has been black on the outside.
That's not what you said.
What color did I say it was?
It was still gonna be red.
No, that's the roof. The roof's gonna be a bloody red. Or yeah, it's gonna be either the roof will be black, and the whole coop will be a bloody red on the outside. It's gonna be a nice red, okay? Yeah. And the inside is gonna be like all nicely like a eggshell or like white.
It was like an off-white on the inside.
Yeah.
And then and she's never gonna be able to keep it clean, but the outside is gonna be dark. So the majority of our buildings that we are going to be doing here, kind of if you look at how the well house turned out, being the dark colors with the cedar and stuff. Obviously not the roof. The roof is going to change. But we are still going to be kind of staying within the same concepts.
Yeah.
Of the darker building. So it will be more of like a blood red type, darker burgundy type red.
I see the farmhouses. I see the bright red farmhouses, but I don't want it to be bright red.
Right.
I really don't.
And yeah, whenever it comes to like the barn or stuff, or even my shops, anything that we'd be doing, I like the burned wood look. The Shigiban thing, Shigibaban.
Yeah, so
type thing.
That's exactly, as long as it fits in with everything, and I like the burn.
And for me, like my shop, because obviously I want to be able to do a sawmill area. I want to be able to do a woodworking shop, blacksmith shop. Those things will be coming.
Brick red outsides with a strawberry cream inside.
Yeah. So I definitely want those to be more. I guess you can call it like ombre, where the bottom part is burned, and then it kind of fades up to more of your oranges and stuff in your woods.
Where are you putting that shop?
Darker, right here.
And then the next day, he's going to find it. It's going to be a different color.
No.
We saw a chicken coop that looks like yours on the way back from Nina, but it had the Mardi Gras colors. We were not fans of the colors, but the coop looked cool.
Nice.
Yeah. Eventually,
the purples, greens, and yellows. Yeah, I don't know about
no. Yeah. It'll be nice by the time it's done. It'll
Yeah.
be nice. Yeah.
Wow, crazy.
And I'll give you all a tour once it's done.
Yeah, at some point, I mean, obviously, we still need to finish the outside area fencing type stuff.
And Dad needs to finish the other coop too.
Yeah, at some point.
Gonna try to get some guinea hens in here.
Get some other chickens.
Some bak.
And at some point, too, Max is going to be getting his own digs because this is a hen house only. He's going to get evicted, but before he can do that, he needs his own place. He can go crash out for the night. So we still haven't figured that one out either.
Yeah. Gonna
But,
have
all
to
right.
make him his own pimp house.
Yeah. Well, we're at the end of our time, so
Yeah,
we definitely
we
thank
are.
y'all for joining in on today's shenanigans.
Thank you for
Yeah.
staying faithful, watching us.
Yeah, we'll try to be in next Sunday, but no promises.
You ready? I'm ready.
I'm ready.
It's time to cook.
All right, go cook. I guess I'm gonna go continue doing
Chicken
some
salad.
tractor work. So we definitely thank y'all for joining in on today's journey. Give us that thumbs up, share us out, help us grow. It's always greatly appreciated.
Mhm.
If you're new here and you're watching after the fact and you're not subscribed, go ahead and click that subscribe. It's greatly appreciated as well.
Good night, my sons.
And then last but not least,
Always think you're better and at every chance you get.
not only on Veterans Day, we'll
See you
see
in
you
the next
on the
one.
next one.
Yes. Oh man, I always forget that mouse pad don't work.
It don't work. What you mean?